Welcome everybody to the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas for Season 4 at JKeSport. I believe this is round 7. Tier 2 today, coming to the red, white, and blue in Texas for another challenging weekend. Sunny, clear blue skies tonight around this lovely circuit, which is going to provide a challenge for every type for these drivers tonight. The very fast, difficult Sector 1, followed by the long straights in turn 2 in Sector 2, and then finally the very technical and slow Sector 3, which is going to provide a difficulty for setting up the cars for these guys tonight. Looks like we have Johnny out first in his Williams. Going to be the first on track here. Looks like we're going to have at least a clear start to the race tonight. As you see, these sky blue helmets for much of the field tonight in remembrance of the 20th anniversary of 9/11 here in the United States. We have quite a few drivers out on mediums tonight, at least for their initial runs in qualifying. And again, Monkey Mafia in the chat giving us the weather update for today. Dry quality, a dry to start the race. Possibility of some rain towards the end of the race, but we'll see how that plays in tonight. Welcome into the chat space, fam. Should be a fun race tonight. Looking forward to it. It's a beautiful circuit out here in Texas, and it's very unique with how some of the corners are. There are definitely multiple lines that you can take, and I think that's what separates this place from the other Tilcadromes we see on the calendar. It's very difficult to master, but we see Johnny coming through the final sector now, and as he goes through the final double left-hander at the end of the lap, we'll take a lap on board here. So coming up to the line, down the first DRS zone of the lap. It's up a very high hill in towards turn 1, late on the brakes. You want to pick up a late apex here, maybe run over a little bit of the curb if you're feeling risky. Then in towards the S is a very difficult portion of the track to get right. From the first to the right, then to the left, and back to the right and left again. Oh, and he's gone a little bit off track there. He's managed to keep the car from getting damaged, but he's going to have to abort that lap. He's probably going to lose that set of tires as well. We'll track somebody else who's on the lap. I think we have the AlphaTauri of Cashin, who's making his debut tonight in the AlphaTauri. Right along board him to finish the lap. We saw him round through the final couple corners of the S's, the hairpin at turn 11, and down the long back straight. This is the best overtaking opportunity on the track, and also the heaviest braking zone. A bit of a downhill zone just before the 100-meter board. Into turn 12, the inside line is king through there. Now into turn 13. This section is probably the slowest and most technical on the track, and you can make an overtake work through here if you're careful, but it is very risky. Cashin takes it nicely through Sector 3 into the quadruple right-hander. Takes a very nice line through here. Very tricky corner to get right here at turn 19. Very easy to invalidate both on entry and exit. Keeping it clean so far. We're going to have our first time on the board. Up to the line, it's going to be a 33.3 to start off this session. Just trying to find the next driver. I think that is K-Dog coming through the final sector now. Johnny puts in a 148.9, but he did have that spin on the lap, so that will definitely have plenty of time in hand. Here comes K-Dog around the final couple of corners now. That's going to be a 35.6 from her, so a decent banker lap there. Ray is coming through the final sector as well, as his highways in the other AlphaTauri on the medium tire. Look at the tire graphic backup. Runs a bit wide at turn 19, somehow does not invalidate the lap. Let's see what kind of pace he has on the mediums. And that's a 34.1, so that's a very solid time right there. And Sir Robbie making his debut as well, a 33.7 also on the mediums. And finally the Alpine of Ray goes with a 33.5, so quite a few drivers electing to take the mediums, at least for this opening stint. S.C. Smith is another one of them. He's had some good pace so far this season. I believe he has a couple race wins, and there you can see a 32.7 from the Ferrari man. So that is a good lap right there. Here's Just Secret. Was one of the drivers who wanted to take a victory tonight. There were quite a few who were looking for that opportunity. We know he has the pace to do it. Coming across the line, 32.2, going top of the charts by over half a second. So showing, flexing his muscles there. And here's the McLaren of Skadster will be next across the line. Opening the DRS. I'm not sure what's happened there. Maybe just starting a lap. I think the Mercedes of Shelley the Turtle next across 31.8. So the first time within the 31s of the session. So times seem to be getting faster and faster as we go along. I think Monkey Mafia, next driver to be on a lap through Sector 3. Everyone finishing out their first runs of the session. That's a 34.2, but that is on the medium, so still some time in hand as well. I think we have a couple Alfa Romeos on that outlap as well. Most drivers heading back into the pits, preparing for their second runs of the session. We'll get along board with Essa, who's going to be next to start a lap in the Alfa Romeo. Been one of the more consistent drivers in Tier 2 this season. Don't believe he's had the opportunity to pull off a race win yet, but he's one of those guys who can be a dark horse at some points in these races this season. Takes a nice line through turn 1. We'll see if he can finally put a good race together tonight. Yeah, glad to hear that, Spacey. Always welcome back whenever you're up for it. There's a bit of a yellow flag. I think that was just one of the Alpines going slowly. So we get to purple sector 1. We'll see if that's legitimate sector time. Looking to be very nice through the first couple sectors. So that's good for his lap. Down the long back straight into turn 12. Sector 3, very challenging, especially this braking zone right here. Very easy to lock up on the inside. Everybody's starting to come out for their second runs of the session. We'll finish up tracking SO here as he warrants to turn 19. Just about keeping the car within the track limits. Through the final corner of the lap. And up to line. Looks to be a pretty decent time, and that puts him second on the board, a 32.1. So only 3/10 off of Shelly the Turtle, who is currently on pole position. And then we've got Jacob in the other Alpha. He's on the medium tire. Is he getting a bit of a tow from the McLaren? Not quite sure. Should go through here. Ooh, that is interesting. I believe that might be a lag-related issue there. But anyway, here's Jacobs on the medium tire. The only driver pushing on a lap at the moment. We do have one of the Alfa Romeo, or Alpha Tauris at the final corner. That's about to start a lap. I believe that might be Highways. No, it is Cashin. But here comes Jacobs through the final corner now. Up to the line, going 9th fastest, so a decent banker lap for the medium tires. Let's jump over to Cashin, who's going through Sector 1 now. Just about 1/10 up on his time so far. Got quite a few tenths to make up if he wants to crack into the top 5. But showing some decent pace already in that first lap of the session. Opening the DRS. As we now see most of the field switching over to the softs. Just a few guys still trying to hang out on the mediums. believe it's fairly easy to make a one-stop work here between soft and mediums. You see Cashin a little bit down on his delta through the middle sector, so perhaps not the greatest through there on this lap, but we'll see what he can make up through the final sector. Ooh, a little squirrely on exit, but makes a nice catch. Very nicely around the quadruple right-hander, just about keeping the car within the track limits. Oh, and he's invalidated at the final corner, and that is unfortunate. That was going to be actually not much of an improvement, so perhaps a blessing in disguise there. If we see Scats who's going to be next. I'm not sure what's going on here. As he's just been doing laps after lap. But it says he's fourth on the timing sheet, so that would be good for him. Here comes K-Dog to cross the line next. And it's an improvement of almost 3/10. I think... See, Highways, I think, has just finished the lap to put him fourth, 32.3. It seems to be on an in-lap now, but let's catch along with Krusty T, who's pushing through the final sector. Keeps it clear. Ooh, a little bit of a snap of oversteer, but he does get a lap 34.8, putting him 13th overall. I see Smith is going to be next in the Ferrari. He's invalidated, so we should see him prepare for another run. And I think that'll be it for this round. Just a few guys heading back into the pits, although I think we've got Monkey Mafia who's on a lap. He is 7/10 up at the moment. I think he's going to be the next to cross the stripe. Still seems to be a pretty good lap here from Monkey Mafia. Make sure to keep it clean through turns 19 and 20. Delani was pretty high up on the Delta, and he jumps up to 6th place, so that's a very nice time for Monkey Mafia. He'll be very happy with that lap. Here's Highways. I think he's coming in to finish off his in-lap. I see Smith. I believe he is on push-up, and yes, he is 2/10 up through the first sector. So we'll see if he can maintain that pace through the rest of the lap. Again, through turn 15. Oh, the oversteer. You can see that's a problem that we're going to see a lot tonight. There's a lot of low traction zones on the exit of corners. Love that camera shot at the apex at turn 19. Let's see. Oh, and he's invalidated again. So unlucky for SC Smith, but should have enough time to set another solid lap. Here's Jacobs Motorsports. Still out on that set of medium, so I think he's about to come in this time. Here's Ray. And the Alpine doesn't seem to be pushing himself. So just a few guys coming back in to prepare for the final run of the session. Just over 4 minutes left. Kaz, of course, doing his outlap to serve his qualifying ban from a few races ago. He should be back into the pits here. So I believe so Scasser might be having some issues here. But we'll get with Esso, who's about to start a flying lap. Will be the final, or the first of the final runs. Turn one takes it very nicely. Oh, so close on the edge of track limits through the first sector. It manages to keep it stick within the lines. 4/100ths of a second up at the first split. So we do see Kaz returning to the pit lane. Up to the hairpin at turn 11. He needs about a 3/10 improvement if he wants to take pole position away from Shelly the Turtle at the moment. Still everyone's final runs to go. Imagine we'll see a couple more drivers break into the 31s. You see quite a bit of the field leaving the pits now, preparing for their final runs. Up 2/10, a purple's middle sector, so looking like a very tiny lap from Esso. Could we see him land on pole position tonight? Just got a few more corners to navigate for the Alfa Romeo team. Everybody back on the soft tire, so abandoning the medium strategy attempt. Very nicely through turn 19. Takes the inside curb to perfection, and again through turn 20. A little bit wide on exit, keeps it clean, and it's a 31.8 just off of the time of Shelly the Turtle. 4 1/1000ths of a second. And, Sir Robbie has retired from the session in the pits, as Shelly is going to be next to cross, or is that Johnny who's on a push lap now? Almost a 10th up through the first sector. So looking like a fairly good lap for him at the moment. We'll have to see what the sector 2 split is at the exit of turn 12. And after Johnny crosses the line, we're going to have a barrage of cars. Lots of traffic through Sector 2 at the moment. Hopefully nobody's getting impeded back there, but another purple middle sector, so Johnny looking to have some pace here. Let's see what kind of time he can put on the board. Through the quadruple right-hander. Through turn 19, keeping it clean with track limits. Around the final corner now, let's see what kind of... Oh, and he's gone into the barriers. He's managed to not DNF somehow, but he's going to have completely lost that lap. It was looking to be a very good lap for him, which is unfortunate. We've got the two Alpines about to set the lap, as well as Shelly. Let's see if he can put out an even quicker lap. He's only 4 1/1000ths to the good. Let's see as he comes up to the line. It's a 31.6, so it's a bit of an improvement even more. Here's K-Dog through the final corner now. Almost 7/10ths up through the first two sectors. Up to the line, 13th place at 34.7. I think there's a Red Bull of Secret who's crossing the line. A Ferrari of SC Smith. I believe these are all just laps being started. Highway's ducking back into the pits. Here's Cashin. 5/10ths down on his time through there. That is the end of the qualifying session. Crusty UT jumping back up to 13th. I think Ray's going to be next. He's almost a full second up on his time. Currently 10th on the grid, but there's a very tight midfield ahead. I think I'm already going to call it now. I think we have some issues with the McLaren in terms of the timing sheets, but we'll keep posted on that. Very nearly on track limits at exit 3rd place, so over a second improvement there. Next up is Monkey Mafia, and he jumps up to 6th at 32.3, so that is a good time for him. Just Secret in the Red Bull, 5/10ths up on his time. And he goes pole at 31.5, so a very good lap. SC Smith next joins him on the second row of the grid. So we've got 3 drivers under a blanket at the front of the field. Very intense, and the front row being stolen right at the death. And I think that is going to be the end of the session. Depending this McLaren. Hopefully it lets us get out of here. It's still running a timed lap. And we are stuck. Oh, there we go. And we've made it through, so hopefully we don't have any issues. I'm going to send Skadster a quick invite as I can. We're going to take a quick look through. Just Secret on pole, S.E. Smith 2nd, Shelley 3rd, S.O. 4th, Ray is 5th, Highway 6th, Monkey Mafia 7th, Skadster 8th, Johnny is 9th, Cashin rounds out the top 10, Jacob Motorsports 11th, Robbie 12th, Cross UT 13th, K-Dog, and Kaz rounding out the field. Yeah, I'm relieved that we managed to get through. I've never had it work through like that after we've been stuck at 1 second. So glad to see that we've got that through, and we're getting set for what should be an exciting Grand Prix tonight. We had 3 drivers within 1/10 at the top of the timing board, so, and we already know we have an intense midfield battle. Take a quick 2-minute break here before the session will get underway. It is a perfectly clear blue sky, and it looks like we're going. Although Monkey Mafia did mention potential for rain at the end of the race, but the sky looks awfully blue for the moment, so we'll see if that holds true. Alright, we've got the cars on the grid now for the formation lap here from the Circuit of the Americas. We'll get things set up for tonight's race. Looks like a diverse option of tires. We'll take another run through the grid. Just Secret is on pole. S.E. Smith alongside in P2. Shelley the Turtle held provisional pole for most of the session. We'll start from the second row of the grid. S.O. will start alongside him in 4th. Ray is 5th. Highway's starting 6th. And then after him, Monkey Mafia in the second Alpine. Skadster is in 8th. Johnny is 9th. Cashin rounds up the top 10. JKeSport Motorsports 11th. First of the drivers with free choice, and he's elected for the hard tire. Sir Robbie 12th in the Red Bull. He's taking the mediums as well. Crustier T, K-Hog 13th and 14th, both on the soft tires. And then Kaz bringing up the rear of the field with the medium tires. So already quite a few strategy options being deployed here. Alright, so just so you can see him weaving to warm up the tires through the final sector. It's going to be important to keep these tires all in a warm operating region, especially for JKeSport Motorsports on the hard compound. But this should be a good race. The Circuit of America is always prone for some good overtaking back action, especially with the multiple lines you can take through the majority of these corners. We'll see who can master the track tonight. 20 corners. Only one of these 15 runners will come out on top. And we can never forget about the possibility of a safety car towards the middle of this race. They come up to the grid now, getting set for the relatively short run up to turn 1, but it is wide and it tightens up quickly, so always prone to some potential chaos through there. These guys are going to have to be careful. Alright. 1 light, 2 lights, 3, 4, and 5 lights are off. And we're off here in the United States. Looks like it's a great start from JKeSport. S.C. Smith didn't get the best launch off the line. Neither did Esso, and he's got the AlphaTauri of Highways going up the inside. That's a massive send, and he's into the back of the Ferrari. And both the other AlphaTauri is coming as well, and there is chaos at the first turn. Esso has gotten at the back, Cashin colliding with Esso. And Scatzer has been disqualified, it seems. The rest of the field making it through okay, but there was a bit of a collision there. JKeSport Motorsports all the way up to 5th place, if my timing sheets are correct. But that was a bit of a chaotic opening to this race. Secret got a wonderful launch, and he's pulled out to the race lead. S.C. Smith following behind in second. As something happened to Sir Robbie in the Red Bull. He's dropped to the back of the grid. Looks like he's had an incident at the back of the S's. Oh, Johnny dropping a couple positions as well, up to 8th, but when here's Highways to the inside of Monkey Mafia. This is the battle for 3rd. Don't think he's going to be able to make it stick. Lovely switchback action. That's the thing with this circuit. You can make either line work. You can see Highways is going to go for the switchback here at the exit of turn 15. Monkey Mafia getting a bit of a compromised exit, but let's see if he can make it stick around the outside. Very difficult place to make a move. And I think he's going to have him just to the inside. Nice move there from Highways. And let's talk about JKeSport Motorsports. He's already up to 5th place on the hard compounded tire. Oh, up at the front of the grid though. Secret and S.C. Smith going side by side into turn 1 as the ghosting is a bit strange. I think that's just a timing glitch. We see S.C. Smith right on the back, so these two already got a 4-second gap on the rest of the field. Cashin and Sir Robbie into the pits, looking for a wing change, presumably. So Secret maintaining the lead at the moment, although not by much. And here's the battle for what I believe is 5th. Oh, Johnny up the inside of Shelley. That is not an usual overtaking spot, but he's going to make it work. Up to 6th place for Johnny and the Williams. Shelley going to be fighting that back around the outside into the hairpin. Fantastic racing here through the midfield. Oh, there's a yellow flag, and that is Ray going off at the first sector, and he's missing his entire front wing. So let's get back to this midfield battle. Shelly getting the advantage down the DRS straight. You can see already out of battery. Trying to charge. But Johnny's not going to be close enough through that section. Get back up to the battle for the lead. Secret and SC Smith appear to be dueling this away. They've pulled quite a gap to the rest of the field. We've got our first 3-second penalty of the day. But everything seems to have settled down just a little bit. We've got quite a hornet's nest in the midfield at the moment. K-Dog has made her way up to 8th and Krusty T up to 9th as well. So a good start for some of these drivers on the near the back of the grid. Jacob Motorsports, he's going to have a significant strategy advantage on the hards, especially if there is a late safety car in this race. So that's something to keep an eye out. Monkey Mafia and Highways battling for 3rd place. Highways going a little bit deep into turn 1. Can Monkey Mafia take advantage of that? Side by side through turn 2. A raise out of the session at turn 13, I think that is. Highways just about hanging on. So Monkey Mafia thinks better of making that move and is forced to back out of it. Krusty T and K-Dog close in this battle. Johnny picking up his first 3-second time penalty. I expect those will probably come to play later on in this race. Very easy to pick up those warnings here. And once you get that first one, they just start building up. Back to the front of the field. Just Secret leads. SC Smith now with the DRS. It's going to have quite a run down the long back straight. Don't think he's going to be close enough this time. You can see it's not going to want to force that. Another quite a few more battles. Show the Turtle past Jacob Motorsports, so those hard tires perhaps not quite working out as he would have hoped. Krusty T and K-Dog battling through turn 12. Looks like Krusty T had a bit of a miss at turn 12. Was forced to give up that overtake attempt and hold off in 9th place at the moment. Esso is starting to climb on to the back of this battle as well as Shelly Turtle, who started 3rd place on the grid, dropped off a little bit at the start, but worked his way back up to 5th. And he's now worked his way into this 3-way battle for the final podium position. Fastest lap of the race as well. So this group of cars here, they've maintained that about 4-second gap. Ooh, Krusty T having an issue at the final corner. Seems like he's getting it righted though. But this battle here for 3rd, they've maintained about a 4-second gap to the leaders in front. So if they can just manage that window, maybe play a break with the strategy or get some luck, they're still far from out of this race. They've just got to avoid scrapping with each other as much as possible. This is the closest duel on track at the moment. Shelly getting a much better run through the middle sector. Let's see if he can be close enough into turn 12. It's going to be complicated by Monkey Mafia just ahead, giving Highways the DRS advantage. Which is going to create a bit of a mini train here, but let's see if Highways is actually getting close up to Monkey Mafia, who's not going to have DRS. Looking to the outside. It's going to be tough to make a move. Stick around the outside. Shelly's going to try to take advantage to take 4th place, but Highways defends well and will hold on to the position. Although now the gap has dropped to about 5 seconds to this lead group, which they're just pulling each other along. So SC Smith with the DRS section here. Let's see if he has a chance. Secret defends the inside. SC Smith had a look around the outside, but Secret did a nice job defending, so he was not able to find the space he needed. Back to this battle, Monkey Mafia still doing a good job, and now he's starting to close in a little bit with scrap going on at the top of the board. So perhaps an opportunity for them there. Still just tracking these guys right here. Everyone else starting to settle into their own race at the moment. Highways picking up a 3-second penalty. We'll keep an eye on everybody who's starting to rack those up. We'll definitely keep those in mind towards the end of this race. Esso has gotten past Krusty T, and now he's looking to pass K-Dog for 8th. Does have that 3-second penalty already, but we expect that to affect a lot of drivers by the time this race gets to the business end. He's well within DRS range here. Let's see if he can line up a move. A little bit too far back this time, and as I move away from the battle for the podium, Monkey Mafia and Highways going side by side. But Monkey Mafia again holding the inside, and that's allowing him to keep that defense strong. And he's maintained the position. Shelly the Turtle dropped off just a little bit from this group. Ever so slightly out of DRS. Highways having a look at the turn 15. Just not quite anywhere to go. SC Smith, he's hanging out just about half a second. He could perhaps just be saving his tires at the moment. Maybe trying to perform a bit of a strategy move here against Secret. But these two are putting on quite a duel at the front of the grid. Kaz making his way up to 10th. Crusty UT having a bit of an issue. Maybe still working with a bit of that front wing damage. We might see him peel off into the pits. No, he's going to stay out. We're back to the front. Secret still leads, as he has for the entirety of this race so far. Ooh, Johnny and Jacob going nearly side by side through the middle sector. This is the battle for 6th at the moment. Johnny's going to have the advantage on those soft tires, but as this race wears on, it will just slowly come into shape for Jacob Motorsports. You just got to play it cool on that set of hards. These gaps maintaining stable for the moment. SC Smith not going to be close enough. And Shelly the Turtle, he's clawed back a bit of time. He's going to be well within range shortly. Again here in the battle for 10th, Crusty UT on the soft tire. Managed to get away with that couple of spins he had earlier without any wing damage, so it's going to be an opportunity to get past Kaz here. He's got quite the run down the straight. Will he go for it into turn 12? He's going to try it up the inside, locks up to trying to avoid him. Does the wise thing and backs out. Now Highways, he's got the pressure from Shelly behind, and he started to drop off a little bit from Monkey Mafia, who is starting to close the gap. See, Highways does not have DRS, and this is going to be exactly what Shelly wants to see. He might be able to capitalize. Looking to the inside, Highways takes a defensive line. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy through turn 1. Still side by side through the fast S section. Who's going to come out on top? Nobody's going to yield. Finally, Shelly is forced to drop out of that. Or there would have been a massive collision through there, but this is costing them both significantly, as Monkey Mafia has now carved out a 2-second gap. So we see our first of the pit stops underway. Esso has gone to the soft tire, so committing to a bit of a 2-stop there. Ooh, Highway's running a little bit deep through there. He's got to be careful in those marbles on exit. Shelly should have the DRS to get past here. And looks like he will easily. Yeah, that was unfortunate, Ray. Not really much you could do there. A little bit of chaos we had in the first lap. And the back foot. Unfortunate, really not too much you can do about that, but always the next week, so still an opportunity for things to get better. But here's SC Smith. You can just see the effect that Dirty Air has as he follows closely behind Secret. Not helped by the fact that these softs are getting a bit past their running point. There's a Secret coming into the pits, so could we see some of these guys going to a 2-stop, which is going to be interesting. Highways is in as well as Monkey Mafia, so a lot of these guys committing to the 2-stop strategy, or perhaps trying to take the mediums to the end from here. So still a lot of ways this can go, but now SC Smith, we'll have to see how much he can push. He's going to want to empty out everything he's got now. Johnny into the pits as well. Everybody fitting on a set of medium tires, so they could take those to the end, or they could be working on a 2-stop. SC Smith, Shelly, and K-Dog have stayed out on those softs. SC Smith, you can see, putting in a purple sector 1. He knows he's got to do that right now, because Secret has come out in 4th in clean air. So he's going to be able to push all he can, all he wants. And he might be able to pull a bit of a gap on SC Smith, who's going to probably come in to try to cover off the pit stop from Secret here, unless he wants to commit to a 1-stop. But we'll drop back to the battle for 8th. This is now the closest battle on track with the pit stop cycles beginning. Although we do have Robbie and Esso battling for 11th. Esso onto the soft, so he's for sure committing to a 2-stop. We'll keep that in our back pocket as well. Crusty UT and Kaz have been going at it for a few laps now. Crusher T didn't have the greatest exit there, and that's going to cost him down in towards turn 12. We'll keep an eye on that battle for the next few laps. Robbie has dropped out of the 1 second range. Still got DRS there, but he's going to need to push to stay within the DRS for the fastest runner. There, SC Smith has stayed out again, but we see Shelly the Turtle into the pit, so we'll have to see where he comes out relative to Highways and Monkey Mafia. So SC Smith possibly committing to the one stop at this stage. Set of medium tires for Shelly. And he's going to come out well behind Secret. Here's Monkey Mafia, who's the next to come across in terms of net position. Monkey Mafia's going to come out ahead. Or was that Jacobs Motorsports who's had a spin? Oh, and he's lost his entire front wing. So that is not what he wanted on the hard tires as well. As well as Cashin in Sector 3, so a couple incidents as well. But this is devastating for Jacobs Motorsports. He's going to lose a lot of time. And being that he started on the hards, this is not the time he wanted for this incident. Oh, and Highways is going to be held up behind. A little bit of contact through there, but Shelly Turtle gets through, and now a virtual safety car. So this could be huge for SC Smith. It has now been upgraded to a full safety car, which is exactly what the Ferrari driver will have wanted. He's now going to be able to get in and put on whatever tires he wants, and he'll likely maintain the lead to Secret. It's about an 18-second gap now, so without the safety car, he would not have been able to make it out ahead. This is also going to be a break for K-Dog and Kaz, who have not yet, and Crustier T as well, who are all yet to make a stop. They'll be able to get a free cheap pit stop here. SC Smith does take advantage. We'll have to see what tires he elects to go on. Probably take the mediums to the end from here. We don't know if he's going to try to go the safer route and go for the softs, or for the hards, excuse me, or a more aggressive soft strategy. If there is rain coming, he is going to the mediums as we expected. But it is going to be close. I think Secret may still be able to come out ahead. It's going to be neck and neck on the pit exit, and Secret just about maintaining the race lead. K-Dog in as well as we expected. The rest of the field staying out on their fresh mediums. This will also give Jacob Motorsports an opportunity to come in and get that front wing replaced. He's going to have wanted to take this set of hards a bit further than he did. We see Johnny staying out of his mediums. He will be out the 6th. So the entirety of the field now will be on a fresh set of tires. Relatively speaking, at least. Wing change for the Alfa Romeo. So Kaz and Robbie going on to a fresh set of softs. So Kaz started on the medium, so it was either softs or the hards. So possibly committing to a 2-stop as well. Crustier T and K-Dog going to the hards, so for sure taking those to the end. Jacob Motorsports to the set of mediums, although he did start on the hard, so he was forced to make a change. We can finally settle down here with the safety car. We'll take a quick look at penalties at the moment while I have a minute. Sir Robbie at the back with 6 seconds, then Highways, Johnny, and Esso with 3. So it's definitely starting to rack up, but not as much as we would have anticipated at this point in time. Still just over a third of the way through the race though, so a long way to go. Just getting a few things taken care of. Okay. So Kaz back into the pits. So he's making his mandatory change. Very tactical decision, which I'd like to see. Does not want to be on the soft, so he's taking this opportunity under the safety car to get that one lap on the softs out of the way. And he's come back out on the mediums, and he's only lost out on a couple places. So Esso is now on the oldest tires on the grid at 3 laps. So this is going to be essentially a race restart with everybody having free choice. Quick rundown of the running order. Secret is the race leader. SC Smith behind slightly fresher tires, but was not able to make the alternate strategy work with the safety car. Although I was surprised he did not manage to come out ahead. So Monkey Mafia is P3, running a very solid race at the moment. Highway's 4th in the AlphaTauri. With that time penalty though, and Shelly the Turtle in 5th, having himself a nice little race as well. Then you have Johnny and Esso 6th and 7th, both with 3 seconds each. K-Dog in 8th, first driver on the hards, followed by Krusty T, also on the hards. Jacob Motorsports is 10th. On fresh jet of mediums, Sir Robbie 11th, and Kaz 12th place on the grid. Fresh jet of mediums as well. We should see the safety car in this time by, and there it is. So we're about to get this race underway, nearing the halfway point. So we'll have to see if Esso and Robbie on the softs can take advantage of the grip advantage that they'll have over the rest of the field. Krusty T had an issue at the back of the grid, and he has had a spin. So not sure what's happened there, but luckily he's going to be able to get back up and catch the queue in time. Let's see Secret. I think he's gone now. So it's time to restart well. SC Smith behind, did not get the greatest jump. Monkey Mafia had a good jump on the restart, but didn't get the best run out of the final corner. Shelly the Turtle bit behind Highways, but not going to be close enough to capitalize. Jacob Motorsports making his way past K-Dog, that's for 8th place. Esso and Johnny, closest battle on track. You can see the grip advantage the softs have. Oh, Johnny's gone off, and he's gone into the wall, and I think that is going to result in some wing damage for him. He's dropping down to 10th place on the grid. Sir Robbie all the way up to 8th with a fresh set of softs. You can look at the advantage these soft tires have. So Johnny into the wall. Let's see if we can take a look at his wing. The wing seems okay, but in this game even the slightest touch can cause a lot of downforce loss. But here's just Secret again, just ahead of SC Smith. Again, no DRS for the first 2 laps after the safety car restart. Secret trying to break the slipstream. SC Smith without the DRS, he's just not quite going to be close enough. At the back of the grid, ooh, Kaz and Krusty T going side by side, trying to go 3 wide with Johnny as well. So Johnny may be having some wing damage. Kaz backing out of that one wisely. Krusty T back up into 10th after that spin on the restart. Sir Robbie, he's made it up to 8th on the fresh set of softs. So although it's likely going to have to make another pit stop at some point in this race, he's flying at the moment. Kaz and Krusty T having an absolute scrap through the sector 2 here. Giving each other space nicely. There's the yellow flag ahead, not sure what happened to that. A couple more 3-second penalties. Kaz taking the 10th position. Let's see if I can go. Esso and Highways battling for 5th. They're closing up to the back of Shelly, who's jumped a couple positions on the restart. SC Smith, he's been within Secret's DRS for this entire race. He's not been able to make a move. We were thinking in the first stint he could have just been working to save his tires a bit. We'll see through here how much he's really been able to do that. Still waiting for the DRS to be activated. About half a second behind at the moment. He got a much better exit out of turn 11 and he might have a chance. See if it looks like he's deploying at the moment, however. So SC Smith gonna wait to see another day. Monkey Mafia has started to close back up to this group. as Esso trying to push forward onto the soft tires, but without the DRS it's that much harder to make your way through the field. So Robbie on the back of Jacob Motorsports now. I think next lap, once the DRS becomes activated, we'll start to see a bit of a train. Look at Monkey Mafia showing some very good pace on these mediums. He's now within DRS range of the leaders. So with what has been a two-car fight all day, may just as well turn into a three-way battle. So now DRS will be enabled this lap. First detection point isn't until after turn 10 though, so Monkey Mafia's just got to keep this pace at the moment. And we've got this three-way battle as well for fourth, which is also bringing Jacob Motorsports and Sir Robbie into this. So quite a tight midfield at the moment. It's the second of three sort of packs that are being formed. Let's get back up to the leaders as we approach the first DRS on the lap. I think SC Smith may have picked up a limits warning right there, which is not going to be what he wants. Still penalty free. Monkey Mafia just about dropping out of DRS range. That's not going to be good for him. And he's not going to get it this time. The two leaders may be able to pull a bit of a gap, unless they start scrapping through here. Secret weaving to break the toe once again. We've seen him do that quite a bit already tonight. SC Smith, he's got a huge run here with the DRS. He's going to look to the outside. Ooh, Secret closes the door. That was a bit of a late move. SC Smith picking up a 3-second penalty, but he was forced to run wide there. So if he manages to escape without another track limits warning, he might be able to get that one removed, because that was a very tight going to turn 12, and he had to do that to avoid making a collision through there. But we'll get back to this midfield scrap, which is from 4th on down to 8th. Nobody really close enough to take advantage. SC Smith down the pit straight. Again, Secret weaving back and forth. He's doing all he can to take the defensive lines through these corners. And Monkey Mafia, with the scrapping we saw ahead, he's once again within striking distance. So we'll keep an eye on the midfield battle as well, but this is going to be our primary focus. Jacob picks up a 3-second penalty. You can see Monkey Mafia losing the delta through the first sector. With the dirty air and perhaps the lack of grip on the slightly older mediums, as I think he's just going to be about within DRS range as they come through the detection point. I see Smith. He's closer than he's ever been. I think he's going to have this move done this time. These guys have been neck and neck for the entirety of this race so far. I see Smith going to the outside. Will he make it stick? Secret tries to keep it with him. Oh, they're going to still be side by side into turn 13. Secret sending it around the outside. He's running a little bit deep. SC Smith going for the alternate line. There's more contact through turn 14. Very close racing through here. Lovely stuff to watch. But SC Smith just has not been able to find a way through. He's showing some very good pace tonight. Oh, a little bit of oversteer through there. Monkey Mafia has now made this a full-on three-way scrap for the lead. 13 laps to go now. We'll get back to Highways. It was very close to the back of Shelley, though he will have DRS, which may make things difficult. Although Highway's getting a huge run down the pit straight. Up the hill towards turn 1. He's going to look to the inside. It's a tough place to make a move. Shelley's going to have the advantage through turn 2, and Highways is going to be forced to sit back behind once again. And we come off the lead for a split second, and SC Smith finds a way through in the S's. Not a very common overtaking spot, but SC Smith has finally gotten through. And now he's going to look to free Secret, who's going to want to strike back right here if he can. He's got a very good run through the hairpin. But just look at the launch SC Smith got on exit. Might be just enough to keep him ahead. Secret with the DRS, he's slowly gaining. SC Smith defending the inside. Secret looking to the outside. Swoops around and should have the lead back. So SC Smith, he finally finds a way through, only to be undone by the DRS. Shelley the Turtle was just behind Esso. Maybe had a look into the hairpin but not quite enough momentum to get through. This is just awesome racing to watch all throughout the field. SC Smith, he's primed for another move. He's just sucked right back up to the back of Secret. These two, they've been like the north and south poles on a magnet. They've just been pulled towards each other with every opportunity. 12 laps to go now. Again, this short DRS zone might not be long enough. Esso into the pits, so he's making his second stop of the race. Everything seems to be pretty clear through the midfield battle. Kaz is nearing the back of K-Dog. I think Esso went for maybe a wing change as well. K-Dog holding on to 8th. Looks like just letting Kaz through on the faster tire. So we'll get back up to the lead battle. SC Smith, he's going to want to line this up, move up for the DRS zone so he doesn't have the same thing happen to him that happened to him last time by. But he's going to have an opportunity here. A little bit loose on exit, but he's going to be close. And about 4/10 back again. We want to be within about 5 seconds. Or 5/10. You see there, our Secret is harvesting. Oh, and he's moved defensively again. SC Smith looks to be okay in terms of the front wing. Secret keeping it around the outside. Maybe a little bit of desync issues. More contact. This is intense racing. Secret taking some very defensive lines. Even down the middle of the straight. SC Smith is not going to be too happy about that. But this has been a thoroughly entertaining race. And these three up front have provided a fantastic scrap for us to watch. Jacob Motorsports just behind Highways now, as they've been for the last few laps. But Shelly the Turtle ahead. He's got some great pace, and what he's doing is he's keeping Highways within his DRS, which is just pulling him away from Jacob, not allowing him or Sir Robbie, who wants to get through on these softs. He's going to have to come in soon to get off them, but he's not making up the progress that he wants. Now we're approaching the DRS zone once again. Back with the DRS. Secret again weaving as he's done every single time. Oh, and they've made more contact down to turn 12. Somehow SC Smith does not appear to have any damage, but this is some very intense defensive driving. Highways and Jacob Motorsports side by side. Highways is forced to give up that position. He's going to lose out to Sir Robbie as well. So just Secret making some Grosjean-like defensive moves down the straight. SC Smith is going to be getting even more frustrated as the laps go by. You see Highways has made his way back through on Sir Robbie, which is not going to be what Sir Robbie wants. Perhaps those softs starting to wear out. But Jacob Motorsports crucially did get through. So now he's going to be the one having a crack at Shelly, but he's not going to have DRS, which isn't going to help. A little bit wide through there. But he's just got to keep sticking within that DRS range. And Monkey Mafia is going to be within striking distance, but I don't think he's going to be quite close enough, as we've got Sir Robbie down trying to find his way on Highways, who does not have DRS and is harvesting. And Robbie is up to 6th. So he's made his way through once again. So perhaps the softs still having some life in them, but we'll get back to the lead battle. see Smith has been within the DRS range for this entire race. Monkey Mafia into the pits, so this is interesting. Perhaps going for a bit of a strategy call. Not sure if it's going to work. So, Secret is still harvesting. I see Smith. He's going to have an opportunity here into turn 1. I think he's finally going to have the move done. And crucially, just ahead of the S's. Oh, and just Secret. Oh, and he's going around. Oh, and Shelly, you have to swerve to avoid him. I just did JKeSport Motorsports, but so drama at turn 1. Looks like Secret ran a little bit wide. And he's fought his way back through for P3, so perhaps a yellow flag, illegal overtake message there from Jacob. But I see Smith through to the race lead, Monkey Mafia into the pits, so a lot of things happening at once. And Shelly the Turtle is now up into 2nd place. About Monkey Mafia has come out in 6th place, but he's made his way past Kaz, which is crucial. Now he's got a wide open stretch of track, and if you look at the sky, it's starting to get a little bit cloudy, so perhaps some rain coming here, which will throw another fork into this wrench. Kaz and Johnny going side by side in turn 12. A nice move by Johnny around the outside. Esso and K-Dog scrapping for 8th. Let's see if Secret can hold off Jacobs. He's going to be on slightly older medium, so he's only a few seconds off the lead, so this race is not over for him. But he's going to need to push. So Secret's still hanging on. Johnny into the pits. So getting off those older medium tires. Putting a set of softs at the end of the race. As did Highways as well, and Sir Robbie. So everybody making their final stops, getting set for the final stint. This is promoted Kaz up into 6th place on the medium tire. Monkey Mafia, he's already eaten up 3 seconds to the guys in front. So Monkey Mafia perhaps pulling off a strategic masterclass as we get towards the business end of the race. S.C. Smith now leads. As we've got Highways getting past Esso into turn 11. Just behind as well, K-Dog and Sir Robbie battling for 9th. Sir Robbie's going to be having the DRS. You see K-Dog, her battery light flashing at the moment, saying she's low on ERS. Robbie looking to the inside in turn 12. Side by side. And I think Robbie's going to have the move. K-Dog looking to fight back to the inside, but she thinks better of it. Completely different race those two are on. JKeSport Motorsports now into the pits. So coming into a 2-stop as well. This will give Monkey Mafia another position. As he sets the fastest lap of the race. So don't count Monkey Mafia out of this just yet. Only 8 seconds now off of Secret. And on much fresher tires. Oh, Shelly picking up a 3-second penalty, which is crucial. Puts him now on level terms with S.C. Smith. Giving Secret net P2 at the moment, although he's got to keep that gap. Highways and Kaz now battling for 5th on track. Sky does seem to be getting darker. But only 6 laps to go, so I don't know if we'll see any intermediate running. Ooh, Kaz has had a bit of a mistake, and Highways has gone through, or has Kaz just let him through? And he knows it's not his fight, and it would only cost him both time. But now Esso is looking to get through as well. Thought about looking up the inside there, but knows he's got a better opportunity down the DRS straight, although Kaz is going to have DRS. A yellow flag, not sure what that was for. But here's Kaz and Esso battling for 6th. Kaz defending the outside, which is a bit of a strange decision to me. Oh, there goes Jacobs. All the way around the outside of his teammate. Did not even see him coming. Look at that. Look at the grip these fresh softs have Oh, and a little bit of contact with Kaz. He tried to go around the outside to turn 13. But Jacob's trying to fly his way back up through the field on the fresh set of tires. He's going to look to the inside of the quadruple right-hander. Are they going to go side by side through there? Kaz backs out of that knowing that that was going to be a difficult place to make a move. Oh, and K-Dog's had a spin. But she's kept it on without damage, and it's only going to lose one spot to Johnny. So getting back on track. This is the closest battle on track now for 7th. Jacob Motorsports already cleared quite a bit of a gap. See, it's getting very dark out there. Esso, ooh, Kaz running a little bit deep. Esso maybe looking to pounce S's Sir Robbie on the softs. So Kaz has a bit of a cork in the bottle here at the moment. Just not enough room. So Kaz hanging on to 7th. Looking back at the front of the grid, Secret is the first driver without penalties, but he's dropped off quite a bit from the leaders and can't keep an eye out on Monkey Mafia. He's made up quite the gap, now only 2 seconds behind Secret and without penalties, so he's still within contention for the race win. Most of the rest of the grid with penalties, so still a lot to be decided. Let's keep an eye on this battle for 7th as they approach turn 12. Esso to the outside of Kaz. Can he make it stick? That's a tough move to make. Kaz giving him the room, and Esso's going to have his way through up into 7th place. And Sir Robbie making his debut tonight, facing off against Kaz. Oh, Kaz going up the inside. Bit of contact in turn 15. Not feeling the best. There's Jacob Motorsports. Now he's looking to the inside of Highway's blistering pace at the moment, setting the fastest lap of the race. He's now up in the 4th with just Secret coming into the pits. Secret is going to come all the way out in 9th place. We'll be on a fresh set of softs, so he could make some noise towards the end here. I was trying to stick with Jacob Motorsports. He might be able to make another move through. But we're looking at the front of the grid. We saw multiple drivers come in off the mediums as they started to get to this point. So perhaps S.E. Smith and Shelley starting to struggle. As you can see, Monkey Mafia still lurking. Seeker's already made his way up into 7th, past his teammate and the Alfa Romeo of Esso. Next up is going to be Kaz, and then he's got a bit of clear air ahead of him. And he's clean on penalties, so he may be on track for 4th place here still. So Monkey, oh, and Secret has made his way through on Kaz. So let's see what kind of pace he's going to have. Esso looking to the inside at turn 12. Kaz does a nice job defending. Highways is stuck within DRS range of Jacob Motorsport ahead. But I think he's just about going to fall out just as they go through the detection point, which is not going to be what he wants. Monkey Mafia gap down to within 6 seconds. Jacob Motorsport putting in another fastest lap of the race. Here's Robbie in the Red Bull trying to do what his teammate just did a few seconds ago and weave his way through the traffic, but Esso is getting the DRS, which is crucial. The track is getting pretty dark, so don't think we'll see intermediate running. I don't think it's going to cross over that quickly, but we can't count it out just yet. Look at this battle. Oh, a little bit of contact, and Esso has gone off. He's gone for a bit of a slide. There was always going to be a concertina effect through the S's there. Esso has escaped without damage. Let's see the Red Bull. Front wing looks to be okay. But we'll keep an eye on his pace. We're also keeping an eye on the pace of Monkey Mafia. Another thing to consider, if it does start raining, the softs are going to have a much better grip advantage over those much older mediums. He's closed that gap to about 4 seconds. He's only about 1.5 seconds out of the penalty window of Shelley for 2nd place. But he's going to be thinking bigger things. He's about 9.5 seconds off of S.C. Smith for the race lead. With just 3 laps to go, I think he's going to be a bit too far behind there. But we'll have to see. Secret setting the fastest lap of the race. He's pushed all the way up to 6th, and he's going to be closing up towards Highways and Jacob Motorsport battle for 4th. We said he had the opportunity for 4th, as we see Monkey Mafia just eating up time. Nearly a half a second through that sector. Shelly the Turtle really struggling on that old set of mediums. They've been on them ever since that safety car back on lap 9. He's already within 3 seconds now. Got a yellow flag, and I think that's Johnny having a bit of an issue. The Monkey Mafia is starting to get within striking distance. He's already within the penalty window of Shelly the Turtle, but he's going to be looking for more. Johnny on the fresh set of soft, getting past Sir Robbie, who's had a bit of an issue. It looks like he's lost his place to Esso as well. So back down to 10th. Still going to be a solid day for him, especially in his debut tonight. Esso and Johnny battling out for 8th. Oh, and Esso picking up another penalty. We'll have to take a look at that here as we come to 2 laps to go. Monkey Mafia is only 7 seconds off SC Smith. He's still not out of the question, especially if he can clear Shelly quickly. He might be able to do it down this straight. You can see the end of the S's is very tough on those older mediums. Highway's picking up another 3-second penalty, which is going to affect his race. Shelly gets a much better launch over there, and that's not what Monkey Mafia is going to want to see. He's going to hang on to 2nd for the moment. This should be a move done and dusted, but the Monkey has caught him at a very bad time. SC Smith this is exactly what he wants to see. You can see the grip advantage Monkey has on these softs, even though they are a few laps old at this point. Up the inside of turn 19. Thinks better of it. That was always going to be a difficult spot to make a move. And this scrapping is exactly what SC Smith wants, as we're on the final lap of the Grand Prix now. Monkey Mafia is going to have to get by here if he wants any chance. And I think he's going to. Up into 2nd place. So strategic call, which seems to at least broken even. But SC Smith, he's had an up and down, or he's had a very good race. Quite the scrap with Just Secret earlier. Worked his way through. And he's nursed these mediums all the way to the end of the race. He's now got a 6.5 second gap behind. And he's just got to make sure to keep it clean through the final sector and not make any mistakes. Monkey Mafia behind is going to be flying as much as he can, but I think he's just going to be a little too late. Highways is going to drop significantly due to his penalties, but I think that's going to be the main change in the grid order. Sun coming back out as we enter the 3rd sector for the final time. It is SC Smith in the Ferrari, rocking the sky blue helmet as we remember those on 9/11 20 years ago. SC Smith for Ferrari through the quadruple right-hander for the final time. We're keeping an eye on Johnny, who's closing up to Kaz, who's also trying to clear Esso behind. But through turn 20 for the final time, it is going to be SC Smith to cross the line to take their race victory here at Circuit of the Americas. Monkey Mafia is next across the line. He'll take home a very solid P2. Shelly will take 3rd. Jacob Motorsports, after that spin earlier, recovers well for 4th. Here's Highways, who will cross the line 5th on track, but he's going to lose out to Secret at least, who will take 5th. Johnny and Kaz side by side, still scrapping at turn 19. It's not going to matter due to penalties, and Johnny's going to still try to look to the inside, but he's going to go for it. Kaz knowing that's not going to affect him. But Highways is going to maintain 6th of that scrap. Kaz jumps 7th, Johnny 8th, Esso crossing the line 9th. Here's Sir Robbie just about to finish 10th. And here's Kayla pulling along a very quiet race for her, but pulling in some solid points tonight. Making a nice one-stop work. Across the final corner to take home 11th. And that will be the end of the Tier 2 Grand Prix tonight. One of the more fantastic races on the season. Entertaining from top to bottom. Congratulations to SC Smith for a fantastic race, as well as Monkey Mafia and Shelly finishing out the podium. So SC Smith taking home his trophy. One last look through the grid order. SC Smith, Monkey Mafia, Shelly, Jacob, Secret, Highways, Kaz, Johnny, Esso, Robbie, K-Dog, Krustier, Cashin, Ray, Skadster rounding out the field. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you for Tier 1 shortly.